Hello, and welcome to this comprehensive Tux Racer modification tutorial. Over the next few minutes, you will be toured through the 3 layers of complexity that allow for modification of the game. But rest assured, unlike many other games, Tux Racer has been designed in such a way that modification is very simple, even for those without any knowledge of computer programming. The file you have downloaded should look something like this. In order to extract the necessary folders, please double-click the icon and simply drag the folder inside the new window into a safe location on your computer, such as the desktop. Inside this folder, you'll find 2 more subfolders, the first of which is labeled Editor Applications. This is simply the installer for GIMP, a program that allows for simple modification of the game's texture files. Simply double-click the installer and follow the on-screen instructions to install the program onto your computer. Once the program has been successfully installed, you should now find an icon on either your taskbar or desktop. If not, simply use the Windows search function to find it. The other subfolder you will find is labeled TuxRacer-Win32-0.61a. This is a folder containing all of the necessary data required to run our game. When moving your games folder across hard drives, please ensure that all game files remain within the parent folder. Inside this folder is tuxracer.exe. This is the executable file that is used to run the game. This file should not be tampered with. In order to familiarize yourself with the game we will be modifying, I recommend opening it and playing the game for yourself. Getting used to the controls and the general flow of gameplay will help you make informed decisions when modifying your game. To exit the game, simply press the escape key until you return to desktop. Before modifying files, make a copy of the TuxRacer-Win32-0.61a folder and give it a unique identifier. By copying the files, you ensure that in the case of file damage or corruption, you have a backup of spare parts. Each folder contains the files that are used when running the game. For the purposes of this mod, it should be noted that a method of replacing sound effects and music has not been found, and any attempt to do so will most likely result in an error and complete silence in place of the effect. This folder is called Textures. It contains many textures related to the menu and user interface of the game. Most other textures related to in-game graphics can be found within subfolders Coarse and Common. In order to open one of the textures, right-click the file, select Open With, and find GIMP on your computer, or simply open GIMP and drag the file into the empty GIMP editor. GIMP is a complex program with many features. In this instructional video, we will only be going over the basics of image replacement. To bring an image into the program, simply select it and drag it on top of the base image layer. Next, make the window full screen to more easily edit your image. To navigate the main window in GIMP, press down the middle mouse button and drag to pan the image around. Hold Ctrl while scrolling to zoom in and out. Select the Unified Transform tool to change your layer's size and position. Once you see the yellow dotted border, move the irritating pop-up out of your way, click on the center of the image, and use the Transform tools to change its scale, and click just off-center to change its position. In the case of GIMP being a pain in the ass and distorting your image beyond repair, you can always press the Cancel button on the pop-up window and try again. Use the opacity slider while moving the image to help place the texture relative to the original layer. Press the Enter key when you are pleased with the placement. GIMP contains a number of other image enhancement tools, such as the pen, brush, and eraser tools. If you cannot find a tool that you are looking for, try holding down on an icon to check if it's on the list. Using this technique, you can bring as many images into the program as you like. Some images may request a color format conversion. In that case, simply press Convert and carry on as usual. When you are happy with your final result, you may find that you want to erase the bottom layer by setting your eraser to a very large size and selecting the layer on the right panel. Do not delete this layer, as it is imperative for exporting. To export the image, click File, Export As, and find the original file location on your computer. To replace it, provide the exact same file name and extension. GIMP should ask you if you want to replace the image. Select Replace. It may also ask for your preferred compression type. Simply leave it as the default setting and click Export. When opening the game, your changes should now be visible. Let's replace more textures. Remember, the vast majority of 3D textures are located in Courses/Common. Look at how much more personality our game has. Congrats! You have completed the first level of complexity. Open the Courses folder and select any course located in here or the Contrib subfolder. You should notice 5 files. Let's start with the textures. The way that Tux Racer models its level geometry is by using a height map overlaid on a subdivided plane. The brighter the pixel value, the higher up the terrain is raised. Using the eyedropper and brush tool, you can edit this texture to create your own paths and obstacles. The file can be exported in the same manner as a regular texture. Up next is Preview. This is simply the thumbnail that will appear when selecting the course from the menu. Terrain. This texture uses very precise color values, so be sure to use only the pencil tool at max hardness when editing. The color white tells the game where the ground should be snow, the color gray tells the game where the ground should be rocky, and the color black tells the game where the ground should be smooth ice. Up next is Trees. These different colors tell the game where it should place flags, collectible herring, bushes, and various kinds of trees. To place objects individually, use the pencil tool at size 1 and hardness 100. Look at how much life we have brought to our level. Congrats, you have completed the second level of complexity. The process of editing code in Tux Racer is rather simple and is set up in a very user-friendly manner. Let's start by editing the course.tcl folder in the level we just changed. To do so, right-click, select Open With, and find Notepad. On the left, you can see some variable names and their values, and on the right are some notes to describe the purpose of each variable. For example, if you wanted to change the slope of the course, you can change the value here from 25 to something of your choosing. Or, if you wanted to change the scale in which the elevation texture affects the course, you can do that here as well. To save any changes, either use File, Save, or Ctrl+S. When editing text files, it is wise to be slow and methodical to reduce the chance of messing up an important line of code. If after editing a file, the game won't open properly, you can try changing the variable back to its original value, or in a worst case scenario, delete the file causing the issue and copy and paste the original file from your backup. Here are some noteworthy text files that you may want to edit. Tux.tcl contains more technical information on the 3D geometry that defines Tux. If you are confident in your RGB values, you may want to edit the colors of our protagonist. Other values, such as the position and scale of various limbs, can also be changed. The final file worth editing is located in the config folder. It's called Options and contains many variables that affect how the game runs. Options such as the placement of the game window, various key bindings, music, sound volume, audio quality, course detail, render distance, and character subdivisions, also known as smoothness, and much, much more can all be edited here. Congrats! You have completed the third and final level of complexity. When you are finished with your mod, make sure you are happy with your mod's name. Then right-click, select Send To, and compress Zip Folder to convert your project into an easily transferable file. Congratulations! You have successfully created your own Tux Racer mod, a beacon of pure art to be shared amongst your friends and family.